So March 6th through 12th week review was kind of a shitty week. I think I only hit two of my goals, which was start a new audiobook and a fartlek or tempo run. Everything else that I set out to do for the week, I failed at. I didn't run 40 miles. I think I'm like 37.6. I only biked 60 miles this week instead of the 100 I wanted to do. I just felt crappy and drained all week. It stems back from not having powered last weekend. I think my body finally got caught up to me where it was just so drained and run down from that sleeping in the cold. I just wanted to shut down, and mentally I was just fatigued all week. Even though I did back-to-back 20-mile days and 20-mile bike days, I still felt good leg-wise. It was just mentally fatigued earlier in the week, up to like Wednesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday, my body was just like, doesn't want to do anything. Usually that's what happens when I slow down as well. My body decides to like catch back up on everything, and could have been one of those weeks as well where my body's just like, hey, we're going to shut it down for this week and catch back up. Like I didn't get my car inspected. I was having problems with that. Some of the sensors weren't reading. I didn't pray. I didn't get my race supplies ready. I didn't finalize my rabbit or raccoon plans. I didn't buy any cool new gear per se. Except I did get some clearance thermo pants on sale that were like $15 for 6. Got 5 pairs of them and another pair of gloves for winter racing. But that's not what that was supposed to mean. It was just such a shitty week that a couple of nights that I didn't even run. And then I only biked a couple miles just because I just wasn't feeling it. Even today, I shut it down early. Even though I had all day, I slept in. Was going to do a nice 10-mile run was the plan. I was going to go out to Route 31. Road was so icy I couldn't even get up to the trailhead. So then I ended up turning around going to Route 30. I was like, all right, I'll go there and run 10 miles. Well, I went like 6/10 of a mile in. The trail was just covered with snow, and it was hard to actually read the trail. So you couldn't really tell if you were going to step into like a divot and trip or a root, just the way the snow was laying. So I just turned around and shut it down from there. So I was kind of disappointed that I wasted a couple hours just driving around this morning. So I ended up going out to the state game lands on the way home. I was like, all right, I'll just do some hill repeats, get my 2,000 feet hill repeats in. That fell through because the one road that I wanted to use for hill repeats, it had a bunch of trees knocked down on it last week from the storm. I started going up it, and they just tore it up a lot more worse than what it was, with the water and the mud, how the machinery, they got some of the trees off of it, so it made it sort of a shit show. So then I ended up just running 5 total miles up through the game lands, headed up top, above the buildings and shooting range area. I really didn't even feel like doing that, but I still got 1,000 feet in. I guess it's better than nothing. So I ended up with like 6 miles, 6.5 for the day instead of 10 to get my 40. I could have done more maybe on the treadmill if I pushed, but I just wasn't feeling it. I came home, changed clothes out of the wet stuff, to come and bike in the basement. I was like, I'm getting mentally drained again. So I laid on the basement floor for like 15, 20 minutes with the heater on me, and then I just called it after that. I was like, just let your body rest, shut it down, recuperate this week. So it was very disappointing exercise and fitness-wise this week, and even getting anything done after work and school. Just was a very unproductive week. Maybe this week will be better, but this week's all about relaxing in preparation for whatever race that I do this weekend coming up. I signed up for the Rabbit Raccoon 100-mile race months ago, but I always said going into it, if the weather's bad, I'm not going. I'm not risking running for like 30, between 20 and 36 hours straight doing a 100-miler when the conditions are bad, and then pushing all my training and racing season back because of bad conditions. Right now, I think when I last looked a couple hours ago, it's still going to be rainy Saturday and in like 35 to 40 degree range. So I'm probably not going to end up going to Raccoon and suffering and, getting sick or getting hurt there, because last year when it was rainy, it was a muddy mess. So I'm not going to put myself through that, end up hurting myself. I'm going to play it smart. So then I'll end up doing like a 5 or 10K somewhere, maybe go to Tyrone for their 5K instead. But I'm definitely racing somewhere this weekend. Just haven't figured out where yet. So I want to heal, rest out mentally and physically for that. Hopefully it's a better week. I'm looking at the board real quick. I only put down run 20 miles, not including the race. So if I only do like a 5 or 10K this weekend, then I'll end up getting like 23 to 26 up to Saturday, because we'll see how I feel Sunday. If I don't do Raccoon, then I can do like a 20 on Sunday. Then I'm only going to bike like 40, just so my legs have a chance to recover, recoup. Maybe exercise twice. I've raced somewhere, heal for race weekend. I want to interview some people this week for my podcast. I got some people lined up. So that should be interesting. Get my race supplies for Raccoon or other races. Hopefully get the car inspected finally. I got to load my MP3 player with music and some audiobooks in case I do the Raccoon. I have something to listen to take my mind off of things. Listen to another podcast, whether it be Joe Rogan or Cam Hayes or Jocko. Maybe finish my audiobook as well this week coming up. But this is the type of week I wanted to have last week, per se, just like a relaxation week. So we'll see how it goes. I got to pull back a little bit, because if I do the 100 or attempt it, I want to make sure I'm 100% ready going in. I'm not really tapering, because I don't taper. I'm just trying to relax to heal. So I'm not pulling back for the sake of tapering. I'm pulling back for the sake of healing, because I'm having a little bit of issues with a couple of my toes on my right foot. I don't know if it's like the tendons or something, but they're really hurting last couple weeks. So I'm trying to get those healed up this weekend, because otherwise I'm just going to destroy them and whatnot. Hopefully learn some cool things in school this week than I haven't before. We're doing some more hands-on stuff, so I'm really starting to learn some things with the bookwork. But yeah, weather wasn't too great this week. It was kind of cold a couple days, and that probably added to it a little bit mentally. I was just like, I'm not going to go out in the cold and get sick. Really don't feel like it. Just looking forward to a better week and getting through this weekend, because it's been stressing me out a little bit. Because I really don't want to do the Raccoon 100. I bought the insurance so I couldn't drop out and still get my money back, but I've been training for it. I feel like I can do it. I just don't want to go and suffer and get hurt so early in the year with all the other things that I got signed up for. I guess I could just use it as a training run, if anything. Bang out like 40 miles or 60 miles and just call it a day, just to see where I'm at fitness-wise. We'll see how that goes, but as long as this week's better than last, I ate like shit too. That probably didn't help. Other than that, not much to say. Just a crappy week, and then you'll have those and you'll get better times as well.